the preaching of God's word. And so, if you don't go to church prepared to put some effort in, the reality is we're going to have congregations that absolutely insist that preaching is shorter and shorter, more and more like A.W. Tozer said, many a preacher has been warned about preaching over the people's heads. I ask, what are people's heads for? God Almighty gave them those heads, and I think they ought to use them. As a preacher, I deny that any of the truths of God are over the heads of the people. I will deny it, said Tozer.
I just finished the second service at our beautiful Frisco campus. No, the first service I preached 36 minutes. Way too long. The second service, I did it in 20 minutes and 43 seconds. And guess what? The second message, the 20-minute message, was better than the 36-minute message. So the preachers, we preach too long.
I do not think that sentence means what you did. Pastor, you do your bit. We will do ours. Right. Discuss.
Your brain cannot make you fall your brain. There is a difference between the brain experiencing depression, which your brain can fall. The Bible doesn't
Good evening. I know the frequency's not in use. I have been sitting here for a while listening to it, so nothing there. Well, nobody's using it anyway. Is there any emergency traffic? Okay, nothing heard. Enough said about that. If there is emergency traffic, call 911 first, or if you have to, tell us and we'll do it for you. Just tell us where you are, what your problem is. It's emergency, of course. Emergency problems only. Not moving your shed from one side of the yard to the other. Anyway, that may be broken any time for a real emergency. Where was I? Oh yeah, very good. For information on this net, you can go to YouTube right now, put in my call, K4PEW, and you can bring up what's considered a live video, and you'll see it there. Not hard to find. Also, you can go to groups.io, see our net schedule. You can also see what our organization is all about, or this organization, as the case may be. You can also sign up for the email system, which is not really an email. It's an email system, but it's a notification system, more like a bulletin board. You can post questions about ham radio or technical stuff, or, again, not real personable stuff, but personal stuff. It's really just for technical questions, ham radio, selling equipment, etc. We've got about 200 people in there. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes. And last but not least, you can go to send me an email, k4pew@arrl.net. Net meets on every Wednesday and Saturday night, and we've been doing this now we're in our 12th year, and we're tonight we're in net number 1150. Purpose net is to have fun. So we start on 146 415, which you already knew that because you're sitting listening to me. To have fun, figure out how your radio's working, how your shack's working, who you can hear, who you can't hear. I often give signal reports. In good naturedly, I don't tell people they have bad signals if they have good signals. I try to give a decent signal before I hear strange noises strange radio noises. Yeah, that'd be it. You have strange noises in the background on a ham, they're unintentional. Where else were we going? Oh yes, and just to figure out how well you're doing and have fun. It's not a job, it's a hobby. Announcements? I don't have a single announcement other than I do have a single announcement. The 10 meter net, free mode 10 meter net, the only one on the planet, unless somebody tells me otherwise. That's 10 meters on 28.415. It's on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. and it has Mike KM4YRF does it, and he does 10 meters on sideband, then he moves over 10 meters FM, and then over to 10 meters in C4 FM. Of course, that's also followed up by the net continuation on the private frequency of 223.415. Okay, is there any other announcements? Well, a lot going on in the ham community. Well, very good. Then I might as well get started. This is net number 1150. We're starting from the east tonight, but first we'll start out with people short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins.
KM4YRF.
You going to be a non-hacker tonight, Mike?
Yeah, I've got to be a short timer tonight, Paul. I had a late doctor's appointment, and then I had physical therapy after that, and I'm just totally drained.
Is that the kind where you just they beat you with like bull rushes or something?
That's what it felt like.
Oh boy! What all does that involve? I mean, is it a lot of physical therapy stuff, moving around?
Yeah, it's mainly exercises to strengthen my legs and my arms and my core. So it's all stuff like that. It's not huge stuff. It's just stuff, just really repetitive.
Oh, well, I know. I've done some physical therapy, and it's not fun, or at least it isn't particularly fun when you have to do the stuff and it hurts.
Oh yeah. Now we did some real work when I was at the rehab hospital, but this is just to get me by until I can get to outpatient rehab.
Oh yeah, the one that's expensive.
Well, not for me, but yes.
Well, I know when I did mine, they also sent somebody over to the house to do rehab.
Yeah, he's coming here like at least twice a week for a couple weeks, and then probably after that I'll be ready to go to outpatient, which is just like a mile down the street.
Oh yeah, the one down there off of Mount Juliet Road.
Yeah, right there at TOA, across from the Ford dealer.
Oh, very good. Well, good. Anything else other than that before you drop off the face of the radio here?
No, that's all I got, Paul. Thank you for doing what you do, and hope you get a lot of check-ins. KM4YRF.
Very good. That's Michael. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Still recovering from a surgery he had, gosh, it seems like a year ago, but it's only a month or so. And so keep him in your prayers so he doesn't get tired of the therapy. Who else is short on time mobile or first time checking? All right, that concludes the net. Now, we're going to start from the east then. Please come now.
In 4RTR.
Hello, Wes. Anything good going on?
No news is good news. That's all I know.
Yeah, well, that's always a good point. Really, there's no news because it means nothing bad is happening.
Yeah, and with that being the case, it was also a very uneventful day at work, which is usually real good because that means nobody's calling me to say, hey, the contractor poured a concrete that was too wet, and that means I got to call the client and let them know, hey, your contractors are pouring soup, so your concrete slab may break at 50% of its design strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Well, I don't know. That doesn't happen too often, does it?
And, actually these days it's really not that big of a problem.
No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, what comes out of the plant, is that pretty consistent?
I'm kind of spoiled these days because a lot of times the plant QC guys are on site for big pours. The last thing they want to do is to report to the plant owner that, yeah, we poured subpar concrete. So they're usually pretty receptive when we see a problem and we're able to talk to them and get it remedied as they're batching at that pour.
Yeah, I imagine that's true. And it is true about most projects like that. The actual suppliers and the people who are bringing in the materials, they really don't want to bring in bad materials. They're very careful about that.
No. 'Cause if we bring it up and they keep pouring, guess who's going to have to pay to get it jackhammered out and redone, right?
Or pour out the soup on one side.
That too, sure.
Very good. Anything else for the Net West?
No, just a good 7-3 to anybody within earshot, and that's all I got. Back to net control in 4RTR.
Or antenna shot. That was West, November 4, Romeo Tango Romeo. Lebanon vicinity. Who else is east?
Okay, I'm HQ.
Hello, Stan. Anything good going on over in your sector today in the big city of Lebanon?
No, not really, Paul.
Well, every time I go over there, Lebanon keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, more and more people are moving in.
Yeah, the one to get. We've been over to the movies a few times over there to the theater. Is it Regal? Is that what it's called? Regal Cinema over there?
The one over by Nemo's?
Yeah. That has got to be the worst parking lot in the state.
Yeah, I've been over there a couple of times, but yeah, I kind of agree with you.
It's as if it was an abandoned parking lot and nobody fixed it.
Yeah, this is true.
Very good. Anything for the net, Stan?
No, I won't hold you up, Paul. Back to net. Okay, I'm 4HQ.
Yep, that's Stan. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo in Lebanon. Just a little bit north. More than just a little bit north of the crop circle. No, it's not a crop circle. It's a traffic circle. Who else is north or east? I mean, east. I'm missing Kevin.
Say I'm right on the HT tonight.
Oh, you're on the HT. I couldn't tell. That what you do? Is it on the rubber ducky or the big antenna?
On the big antenna, but just running 5 watts.
Oh, that's why I couldn't tell the difference. Yeah, no, it sounds good. Really good. Hit again. I wasn't watching the screen here.
Okay, what's my signal, Paul?
S9 here.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing what 5 watts will do with a good antenna. And reasonable elevation. I mean, I've got a good elevation. I'm not sure. Do you know your elevation?
I don't remember, Paul.
That's all right. I can look it up if I have to. Well, anyway, that was Stan. But 5 watt, he didn't tell me earlier. He's on a handheld on 5 watts, hooked up to his main antenna. Who else is east? Over to the north.
KD4GON.
KD4 T4GON. That would be Danny in Station Camp. What's up?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just doing doctor days today.
It's your signal is. Has anybody else noticed the signal sounds like you got like something fell apart in the speaker in the mic?
Yeah, that's how you sound to me.
Really? Why would it be so bad?
I don't know. It's that way every now and then.
Huh? Gremlins between you and me. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, you got a good signal.
I know it. I'm running 50 watts.
Yeah, that's great. So anything good going on besides work?
No, that's about it.
Very good. How's your dad doing?
Oh, he's doing good. Hopefully we'll move him in this weekend.
Okay. I thought he was already in. Oh boy, that's the big move. Yeah, as you know, I took in both my mother and mother-in-law for a while, and it made for some interesting days.
Yeah. It's been some interesting days already.
Yeah, he's looking forward to it, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
All right, very good. Well, I'm glad you're used to dealing with elderly folks.
Yeah. It's been a learning curve, but it's helped a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it is. Well, you just have to have, particularly with children and older people, you have to have patience.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Anything else?
No, I'll catch you on the next one.
Very good. That's Danny in Station Camp. That's Kilo Delta 4, Golf Oscar November. Who else is north?
Kilo Delta 4, Charlie, Victor, Echo.
All right, you're doing great. I keep on messing with my image. I don't even know why I bother. How are you doing, Greg?
Doing good. Yeah, you all both sounded good to me. Nothing. Might be some in betwixt you all.
There must be. I can't imagine why it would sound so rough. You know, it really sounded not just scratchy. It really did sound like, the diaphragm in a speaker was bad.
It sounded that way to both of you. I think is what I heard.
Yeah, that's how I heard him, and he heard me. So I don't know what I have no idea what could cause that. There was a cloud of discontent between us.
I don't know. It's that M1 Atlas thing flying around.
Oh, probably. Yeah, they're just goofing with us.
I don't know. They've been making an awful big deal about it.
Wait, a big deal about what in particular?
M1 Atlas. Are you not keeping up with that?
No, what is that?
It's a thing that's that's heading toward Mars, or was heading toward Mars, from out of our solar system, and is doing weird things and turning and pulsating and giving off frequencies and stuff that it shouldn't be.
And what is it that's doing this? I mean, I'm not sure what the thing you're talking about.
It looks like a big asteroid, but it's not. But they say anyway. I guess you don't get on the internet anymore. That's fine.
No, I do. I generally don't. Well, I do, but I haven't been chasing that one down. Well, they only think it's weird because we don't know what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Anyway, it's behaving weirdly, but you can look it up. M1 Atlas.
Very good. I'll do that. M1 Atlas. I was just jotting it down here. Very good. That was Greg. Anything else?
No, that's your homework. There will be a quiz.
All right. I'll be sure to understand it completely. That was Greg. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. He is in Hendersonville. Who else is north?
KO4OKE. I think I'm north of you, but checking in anyway.
No, you're doing fine, Roy. Hold on one second, Roy. There was a station. I don't know whether it was a bad signal or you guys doubled each other. Who was that other station? Wow. Can anybody hear that station better than me?
Lucas in Gallatin.
Lucas, your signal to me is just horrible. Normally it's good. Yeah, I'm not catching anything of what you said. Give me I don't remember your call. I can look it up. But what was your call again? Give me a relay there, Mark.
Yeah, it's Kilo Romeo 4
Edward Mike Hotel.
Yeah, very good. I have no idea why your signal is so bad to me today. None. Well, looking at your signal report on my screen here, it looks like you're using an HT because it's really bad.
Breathe.
Say that, Mark. Could you give me a relay on it? Yo, Mark.
Yeah, I think Lucas was hearing you fine, Paul, and I think Carlin was in there.
Oh, Carlin, can you hear him? Okay.
Yeah, but I noticed as he talks, his RF power goes back from a S20 back down to about a S7 with each word, and then it comes back up between the words.
Sounds like a kind of a loose connection, doesn't it?
I don't know. Something ain't right. I don't know if he's dead on frequency. Maybe he's off a little bit. Might be 5 up or down or something. I don't know. Might want to check that. But he's normally 60 over here. Anyway, let me shut up and let you get on with it. KD4VW.
Very good. Lucas, appreciate you showing up. I can't hear. I can hear you talking. I just can't make out anything you're saying. I'm guessing you're on frequency because other people can hear you. So, but I couldn't understand anything you said. Anyway, appreciate you being there. That was KR4 Echo Mike Hotel. Sorry the connection wasn't better. Roy, let's go back to you.
Top of the evening, Paul. I'm sorry I couldn't hear him at all. And then finally, in the end, I barely heard, but it was just all scratches even for me. But I hope all's well with you. This is KO4OKE.
Oh, yeah, doing great. You're going into more contests?
Right now, my next one is December. I've got 2 in December, and they're the big ones. And I chose not to do any more. I'm going to really go back to basics again and work on that, so that's what I'm doing. Small little bit of information for you, if you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you knew or heard, but Charles, KJ4IAW, became a silent key on Sunday. And he was known at the Bible Net in the morning. He was definitely one of the people who was there every day. So just thought I'd share that if you didn't know.
No, I didn't know it. And I do remember the call, and I remember him, but I never met the fellow. Sounds like a big loss.
Yeah, and he had it hard in the end. I think it was Crohn's disease. So anyway, he went to his maker, and just thought I'd share that. As far as me, Satu is back from Korea. She just got back on Monday, and so we are back working hard on practicing. And I've only got 2 months, so that's not all that much time. And I'm working hard on getting it together. So all's well with me, and I'm moving forward. And just wanted to say howdy doody to the net tonight. KO4OKE, and I'll be clear on your final, Paul, and it's good hearing from you.
Very good. Good to hear from you, Roy. That's Roy, Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Kilo Echo. He is what we were talking about, if you didn't already know. He gets involved in, I guess we'd call it, it is amateur because he doesn't get paid for it. Amateur dance competitions around the country, and I think sometimes around the world, international competitions. Anyway, and he does real well. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
You just have seen Vitus dance, right?
Yeah, well, you're not going to catch me dancing. I remember I tried that once.
Yeah, that's right. When I met my wife some years, for 15 years ago, she said, "Do you do any dancing?" I go, "Nah, it's too dangerous."
Yeah, you know what? I'm just lucky I could walk. So dancing is out of the question. Yeah, the signals were weird tonight. I didn't hear Wes and I didn't hear Stan. Not a peep.
Well, that is pretty weird. We got a temperature inversion and a pyramid in between. That's odd that you couldn't hear Stan and you couldn't hear. That is odd. Because Stan's on 5 watts. I heard him perfectly.
Yes, Stan oftentimes has just a little bit of hash on him, but I can always hear him. But he wasn't even breaking squelch tonight. Neither was Wes. So I thought that was odd. I didn't know what was going on.
But you heard, you didn't hear any distortion on Danny's signal, did you?
No, Danny sounded normal to me.
Well, everybody seems normal till you meet him. You know that.
Well, normal for Danny.
No, I'm with you. No, he normally he got a big signal to me, and today it was just, it had that distortion in it. Like I said, it sounded like it had a loose diaphragm in a speaker. You know, it just was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on 10 meters earlier, and there were some far-off stations in there occasionally, but everything sounded good, and I looked back over at it again around 5 o'clock or so, and I had spikes like every 10 kilohertz up and down the band. And I chased them to see where I could find them and where they went, and they went, well, just about up to the limit of my HF radio and down into 14 megahertz. So I was just clobbered over here. Couldn't hear a thing.
Somebody's targeting you?
Well, I don't know what it was, but they were significant spikes. And then they went away. So, it almost looked like some kind of power supply interference or something like that. But, I mean, it was huge. And when I disconnected the antenna, of course, it went away. So, I don't know where it was.
That sounds, I don't know. I don't understand it myself. I do know when I see the spikes locally here, to me, it's my neighbor about 1,000 feet away. He's got a welding rig he runs once in a while.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'll let you carry on. Thanks for doing the net. WB0NOO.
Yeah, very good. That's Mark. He's up by the beach, as he says, up in by the Cumberland. Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar. Who else is in north? And that's northwest Wilson County. Who else is north?
KE4TWI.
Did you hear any of those distortions on those signals there, Wes?
No, I didn't. I even turned the beam for I think Danny, and I didn't hear anything. The Gallatin station, Jacob sounded fine, but he's not far from me. Otherwise, things in Possumtown are okay. My beacon has been off the air until today. Power supply went kaput, so I fixed it. So it's back on 24/7.
So it was one of those Timu power supplies?
No. But I got the week off, so I am in mostly lazy mode. I've been in a little bit of work, but I've been taking a scheduled nap in the afternoon. Feels good.
Yeah. Why would they take a week off now? Is it like a training session or something?
Fall break, we never got that growing up, but, that's the way we're going.
Oh, no. When we took breaks, we had to work in a coal mine.
Anyway, so far as signals have been normal to me. I haven't noticed anything weird, but I did log on to YouTube, and I did hear his signal for yours, and it was definitely messed up. It almost sounded like he was off frequency, which got me curious. So I swung the beam up a little bit, and he was directly on, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he was off frequency. I thought he could have been, but it didn't make any sense if Mark could hear him perfectly.
Yep, all right, back to that, KE4TWI.
Yeah, very good. That's Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, and he's in Possumtown. Who else is north?
And 8 NHT.
W.
Okay, we got 2 in there, but Hayes 1. What's up, Hayes? Yo, Hayes.
I feel like I just won a prize.
Yeah, you did. I can give you the first prize to the other guy, to Carlin. No, you sounded good. You're the other. You also have your school system is off this week too.
Yep, and that means I'm off work too. The kids are in Florida. Their mom took them down there.
Ah, cool. Well, it's good to be the kid down in Florida this time of year.
Yeah, I think they're having a bunch of fun, but I've been off. I got to do some stuff with, I got to get the yard done tomorrow. I've let my yard go too much, and now we got all that rain recently, make stuff start growing again.
There's more rain scheduled for tomorrow, is there?
No, I said the rain we had already, stuff's going to be growing. So tomorrow it's going to dry. I'm going to cut it, but it'll start growing. You know.
Oh, mine did too. After it rained yesterday, it got even worse in my front yard. It looked like a cheap mobile home park. Started the seed heads started to come up.
Yep, I know that. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have an HOA around here.
Yeah, that one comedian said he grew up in a mobile home park. He goes, one of the hazards there is you'll have a brick come flying through your window. There's a note on it that says, mow your lawn. He goes, that's the mobile home association.
Yeah, Roger, when I bought this house, one of my stipulations was absolutely no HOAs.
Well, again, some people like that. That way it gives them, there's a certainty about having a neighbor. He's not going to paint his house pink and paint the roof purple, you know.
I don't care if they do paint it pink or purple. In fact, I hope my neighbor does do that.
No, you know what I'm saying. Some people enjoy that certainty about where they live, because a person could, even within the bounds. No, I don't think they could in Mount Juliet, because they're pretty strict about mowing the lawn. I mean, they come by and they'll cite you for not mowing the lawn if it's over, I forget what they told me, 4 inches or 5 inches. And, and about leaving dead cars in the parking lot or in your parking area or parking on the lawn. But they get pretty serious about it.
Yeah, I had Hendersonville send me something about codes. I had a bunch of junk in my front yard, and I hadn't mowed it in a while. They thought the house had been abandoned.
Yeah, that's a good sign. You need to clean up, right?
Yeah, I suppose. My uncle didn't do anything for 20 years. He was a hoarder. He had stuff piled 6 feet high and hadn't mowed the lawn in years. Literally, there were trees growing up right alongside. They had the house condemned. They were trying to tear it down for a long time.
Well, you know what Xeriscape is, right?
Yes, I do. That dry stuff.
Well, that stuff you use natural growing things that you grow in your yard. And the guy had done that with a property over in, I think it was in Clearwater, Florida. So over in it was a long time ago. And so he Xeriscaped his entire front lawn, and it was all the natural things, no grass at all just growing vines and things. It was just full. The city came out and cited him for having a crappy looking lawn.
I've heard of people winning that case.
Well, they probably could, because actually the state was promoting that. I think the county was promoting it because of water usage, because it was the Xeriscaping. It has a tendency, so it's low water type product.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I heard that's what you do in Vegas. You have stuff that, you're living a real dry climate, and you plant for a dry climate, so you might have cacti as your focal point instead of trees,
Yeah, but if you spend any time in Florida, I like the people who have AstroTurf front yard.
You've actually seen that?
Yes, not only have I seen an AstroTurf front yard, I've also seen a complete rock, a stone, ground up, what do you call it, gravel, a whole gravel front yard, or they'll have a front yard, it'll be concrete, but they painted it green.
That's awesome. I guess, and what's the point of having a lawn if you're not going to do anything on it anyway,
I think it's a plot by the manufacturers of lawnmowers.
Well, there is a history of it, and some of the things they said people will, when people are spending a bunch of time mowing the lawn, they're not going to worry about communism.
Well, one of the things that's interesting about here in particular, the lawns not in the new developments, but so many of the homes that are older than 25 or 30 years old, they're fairly large properties with a lot of grass, and there's a lot. I mean, the home I grew up in, because it was an industrial city, and the lot sizes were. And the house I grew up in our lots were 30-foot wide lot, and about 100 feet long. And the house sat on that lot. The house took up the whole middle of the lot, so it took me 15 minutes to mow the lawn with a push mower, just a regular rotor, regular Sears push mower. So, but here, it takes me 45 minutes to an hour just to mow it.
Yeah, mine isn't as big. I got a third of an acre, and the house is a colonial. The backyard's pretty big, but over the few years I've lived here, I've put a bunch of fruit trees and stuff like that, and I wanted to produce fruit, so I've got, it's kind of complicated. There's a bunch of trees I have to mow around, so I've made it complicated for myself. It's not an easy thing. So you got to stop, and all I have is a push mower anyway.
Well, you don't want to be drinking in a lot. I got like 16 trees on my property, so I'd be running into them all day long.
Well, I've mowed it when I was drinking before, and I did all right.
Okay. Just put a seatbelt on the mower. Oh, you got a push mower though.
Exactly. I got to push it myself. I got one that barely works, and the other one, is one of the ones that at least is self-propelled, but the self-propulsion doesn't work, so I got to push that around too.
You sound. So far, we've learned you got a semi-working mower, and you've been cited by the city.
Yeah, I don't think they have much teeth. Someone told me don't worry about that. They've been citing my neighbor for years, and nothing's ever happened.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, I know that I had a relative, my ex-wife's sister. They lived on a deed-restricted, HOA, and a nice development, but nothing. It wasn't like it was some exclusive place, but it was nice. It was just okay. And if you had a patch of grass that was starting to go bad, they come by and cite you. And if you didn't fix it within 10 days or something, they do it for you and then they bill you for it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. I wouldn't want something like that. I've heard of that, all those strict HOAs, and sometimes the company they have mowing it will be like someone who's related to the president of the HOA or something.
Oh, yeah, well, again, that's if you move in and agree to it, you can't really complain too much, can you?
Yep, and I made sure if I saw something with an HOA, I wanted nothing to do with it. No HOA here. But hey, Paul, I like talking. I got to come to breakfast, but I'll turn it back over to Net, man. Hey, K4PW, this is November 8, November Hotel Tango. Back to Net.
Hopefully you can come on Saturday. That was November 8, November Hotel Tango. It's Hayes, and he's in Hendersonville. Who else is north?
K4 VW.
Oh, there you go. Sorry about that. I forgot that you called in. How you doing, Carl?
Well, I'm doing okay, I guess. Just sitting here listening to the net. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with a minute ago with the other guy down. That's why I was thinking maybe he was off frequency because how his signal was backing up as he talked and stuff. And I was thinking, that kind of looks like he might be off a KC or two, off frequency or something. He still sounded good, but I don't know. Maybe he had a loose connection on the antenna or something. Who knows? But anyway, I'm sure he'll figure it out. Anyway, seen something bad this afternoon. I went to pay the water bill down at Bethpage, and somebody in a pickup truck apparently ran out of the road and hit a culvert, flipped that truck over on the top, and it crushed the whole cab down on it. And it don't look like nobody got out alive. After I paid the water bill, I turned around and come back to go back up to Westmoreland and pay the light and the internet. And people was all pulled over and stuff. The police hadn't got there or the ambulance. And I could see through the driver window the guy's shoulder and his arm down to his elbow, and he wasn't moving. And the way it looked like he was crushed, I would say the steering wheel was up under his neck. And I was thinking when I seen that guy is probably dead. So I don't know if there was anybody else in that truck, but the whole top of that truck was completely collapsed. And it just looked like there was no other car there. It just looked like he just ran out of the road and hit that culvert, and that flipped that truck end over end right there. So I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping he gets okay, but I'm just afraid he didn't make it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very good. Yeah, accidents where cars start to flip around, I can't imagine how bad that would be, especially if you're not wearing a seatbelt.
Well, that was a full-size 4-door pickup truck, too. And for it to flip end over end, it was still upside down when I went by it twice. So, I don't know. Anyway, I've been listening down on the 11 meters, because a lot of times in this area when something happens like that, you'll hear them talking about it. I haven't heard nothing down there, and I even went on the internet and Googled
accidents in the last 24 hours in Tennessee, and I couldn't find nothing there. Several other things, so I don't know. Anyhow, great big old moon out there this evening. I noticed it was bigger last night, but you couldn't see it for the clouds, I reckon, when it come up. But it was still pretty big out there. I was surprised to see that. So I don't think it's as big now as it was when it first come up over the horizon over to the east. But I noticed it was really big. So I heard you mention rain there a minute ago. I don't think it's supposed to rain anymore. At least I didn't get that from any of the weather I've seen this evening. So I think it's going to be, I know it's going to be dry pretty on close on through Tuesday. And I think all that's done pushed out off to the southeast.
Oh, good. Well, I don't mind the rain really. It does make the lawns and the landscape look nice.
Yeah, I still hadn't mowed the yard yet. I know I mentioned that the other day, last week. And I figured, well, I'll probably get out there maybe Saturday. It's supposed to be back up by 80 Saturday and Sunday. I think 72 or something tomorrow, or 76 Friday. And I thought, well, that's still going to be a little cool. And they're talking about, like, some areas around here down to the upper 40s for a low in the morning. So I thought, yeah, I'll wait until it warms up and get out there maybe Saturday and Sunday to do it. And hopefully that might be the last time, because it's greened up from the rain, but it really ain't growed.
No, well, mine grew, but like I said, a lot of it was seed heads.
Yeah, it's been out here. I know just the field lines out there is what's the deepest out there. It growed real good at the field line, so I thought, well, I don't know what that's about, so I don't know. I'll probably hit that first and then start mowing everywhere else, and then when I get to that area again, I'll go back over it again. So I don't know. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good time tonight. I got in here kind of late because I was changing the filter out for the central air unit, and I always like to vacuum up before I pull the old filter out, and then vacuum in behind it, and then put the new filter in, and close the little door up there. And so I didn't get in here until you was done starting stuff, so I never did hear Michael, so I don't know if he got in here or not. But anyway, if you're listening, Michael, hello. Hope you're doing all right. And hope you're doing okay, too. So I'll hush up and let you get some more check-in. It's KD4VW.
Yeah, very good, Carlin. That was Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. He's in Angeltown, Bethpage area. And I just looked at the 10-day forecast, and it's like less than 5% precipitation any day. Just every day for the next 10 days is just minimal, with highs. The highest is like next Tuesday, supposedly 84, and all the lows are in the 50s, low to mid 50s. So, yeah, it's nice. It's going to be a nice week, I think. I kind of wish it would rain again, though. It's nice to have the lawn looking pretty. All right, that was Carlin, KD4VUW. Anybody else north? Where's Eric? Eric! Over to the west.
KG4ILV.
Who are you waiting for?
And the mic was halfway across the room.
Oh, yeah, just that long. You're used to waiting for others. No, Charles could be in there, but maybe Greg could just to help you out. He could check in on west.
Yeah, there's not many left here west.
Everybody's leaving your county.
I wish I could.
Well, you could, but it would be expensive.
Yeah, I can't afford it right now. But anyway, no, I just enjoyed listening to everybody talking, and earlier, two stations that had trouble, they both sounded the same to me.
Oh, wow. Isn't that funny how it can be so radically different?
It really is.
Did you hear Stan at all?
I don't remember.
Okay. No, he was on an HT, and he was S9 to me here, which is phenomenal considering it's like 15 miles away.
Oh, well, no, I could not hear that station. I didn't know it was Stan.
Okay, well, I'm not surprised. I mean, that would make you about 30 miles away on an HT. It's a little tough.
No, didn't reach here.
No, everything going okay?
Doing great. Nice outside this afternoon for a little while when the sun was out, but other than that, I've just been working around the house here.
Yeah, that's why I said, man, I got to mow the lawn today. The neighbors will be coming over with the torches.
I hope I don't have to do any more of that this year.
I'm suspecting it will, though. I mean, my front lawn is bad because my wife likes to do. I wouldn't care, but my wife likes to have the lawns mulched. You know, when all the leaves, because I got those 2 big maples in the front yard, and they drop like 500 pounds. Well, not 500, but a lot of leaves.
Yeah, I like to pick those up for my compost.
Well, some people like to. I mean, actually, it would be nice if I could just have them all. You know, get one of those. There's an attachment available for my mower. You know, for the garden tractor, but it's that costs $400 or $500 by itself. So, no, I'll just mow. I'll mow the leaves.
Yeah, you're mulching them as you go across them. They're going back in the ground. Well, anyway, I'll let you go. Let somebody else get a check in. And thanks for doing the net, Paul. KG4ILV.
Yep. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That was Jack, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. He is in Donaldson and Davidson County. Who else is west?
K4, TJF.
Oh, man. What's up there, Rick?
Oh, just another day, man. How you doing?
Your signal sounds too big. Are you down the road here?
No, actually not. I guess conditions must be good. So far I've heard you and Jack.
Well, the reason I say that is I had a couple of stations that I normally would hear big, strong, and just a good signal, and one I couldn't even hear over in Lebanon. And something was going on with some of the signals because it really bad condition.
Yeah, I've been listening for a while. I heard you tell the one guy he thought something was broken his mic. So anyway, I just wanted to say appreciate what you do, Paul. Thanks for letting me check in. I was short on time during the short on time segment.
Okay, so you're on the double short on time now. All right, have a good one, Rick. Nothing else?
That's it, Paul. Thank you, KN4 TJF.
Yeah, that's Rick. Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Anybody else west?
N4DJT.
Hello, Don.
Good evening, sir. How have you been?
Doing good as I can for 70, however old I am, I forget, 76 years old.
Hanging in there, yeah. I've just been busy in a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest and helped somebody clean out a S-Key shack, some leftover stuff. Trying to get my son his ticket and working on cleaning out this Sanford and Sons shack.
Oh, boy. You know, I'd love to see somebody do a depiction of a one-legged man and a butt-kicking contest.
I'll get something together on AI for you.
You know, some of the AI stuff is quite astounding. I'm sure you've noticed.
I can tell. You can look at the eyes. Zoom in the image and look at the eyes. The iris can't decide how big it's going to be. Not like the pupils open up, but the actual iris will change, blink in between what size it is. It's creepy. That's why they can't get it right.
Oh, I'm sure. But they're entertaining, though, the ones that like to be, they're trying to be entertaining. They can be very funny.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, yes, it was Christmas. I've been finding all this stuff as I'm cleaning up this room. This stuff I bought for projects I forgot I had. I discovered I had like 8 different USB hubs and a couple of Raspberry Pis and I had all this stuff here. It's like Christmas. I'm going to open up these boxes and see what's inside of them.
Yeah, I've been through some of that myself. I don't remember buying that.
Yeah, I found a lot of that today, and I got to find a place to put it all. So, yeah, I got a quarter of the way through the cleanup. We got a little more.
Yeah, sounds good. Anything else, Don?
That's it, my friend. Enjoy your evening, and howdy, everybody, and 4DJT.
Yeah, you've got a big signal coming from so far in the west in Bon Aqua. And so did Rick over there west of Ashland City. It was November 4 Delta Juliet Tango, and that's Don in Bon Aqua. Who else? Anybody else west or south?
KF4, KF2.
Hey, Tony. Somewhere was it Saturday night you weren't here? Was that what happened? You were out. I think you were out at the Star Party, weren't you?
Yeah, we were invited out to Teakwood Saturday night by the Japanese, the Consulate General of Japan, and every year they have it's a religious thing for them, but they had us out to set up our telescopes and present views of the moon, and it's really quite the thing.
Cool. How many people were there from the Japanese consulate or whatever that's called?
I have no idea. There were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there, and I met the ambassador. He always comes over. Very nice man. I think this is the 5th year I've done it, and he's quite knowledgeable. Knows a lot, and he comes over and I guess he spoke to us probably 10, 15 minutes, and of course his time is. Everybody wants to talk to him, so his time was very precious, but it was really nice to meet him. It was nice to get invited.
Oh, that's neat. That sounds like a good time. And from my experience, which is limited, but the people from Japan, that culture is very polite.
Absolutely. Very, very polite. And I sent you this in an email, which please share to anybody at Libnum. But our food pantry has an overabundance of baby food. If you or anybody listening has need of baby food or knows anybody that has a little that could use some free baby food, this is absolutely free. Somehow get a message to me and we'll get it to you.
Wow, baby food. I gotta make a note of that. I'll put that out to the group.
Yeah, I sent you an email with it.
Oh, okay, very good. All right, sounds like you already got it written up for me. It'll be easy. Anyway, anything else besides the baby food issue? Are you eating that for lunch every day?
Yeah, right. No, that's about it. KF4, KFQ.
Yeah, just a quick note. When my son, my youngest son, he liked carrots. The carrots when he was, I don't know how old he was, but he was, just like almost a toddler. He liked those carrots in the can, in the jar, and he liked to eat a bunch of them. And if you eat something, if you give a child carrots a lot, they start to get carotene, I think it's called. They start to turn orange. They start looking like Trump. Anyway, we cut back on the carrots. That was Tony, KF4, KFQ, and he is in Smyrna. Who else is west or south? Hey, very good, Larry. You doing okay? Yeah, very good. That's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He is in Rockville. He does the D-Star net on Saturday nights at 7:15 on 146.460. So be there if you can. We're the only guys doing a Simplex DMR D-Star and C4 FM net on a weekly basis. I don't know if nobody's ever doing them, weekly or otherwise. Who else is south or anywhere?
I'll go with anywhere. K1SMT.
Oh man, you made me. You missed the whole spiel there, man.
Oh, you sound kind of tired tonight. I thought I'd help you out.
Nah, it's all good. Everything going all right, Scott?
Yeah, everything's fine. Just got in from walking the old dog and have to help him up onto his couch, and hopefully he's bedded in for the night.
Well, there comes a point you'll need help getting up on the sofa.
And I keep saying I'm going to buy a hoy lift for him to get him up and down the front steps, and then when I'm done with him, I can use it.
Yeah, we actually have a set of little stairs so that one dog can get up on the bed.
Well, I bought him a set of those little stairs. Maybe he can step up onto the couch, but no, he won't use them at all.
How old is he?
12.
Well, he's a big dog.
100 pounds.
Oh yeah, that'd be tough. You got any problem with the joints? Is that the deal?
Yeah, his rear hips are pretty much shot, and he walks like a Saturday night drunk down there on Broadway.
Oh wow, yeah, that's not fun to watch.
No, it sure isn't. But hey, he's sticking it out.
Yeah, we've got a dog here that he just came to the vet today, and they had to anesthetize him a little bit, and they did an X-ray, and they found he's got a problem with his hip, and he couldn't put his foot down. It was painful for him, or his leg, And so now he's got his leg almost tied up like a sling. His right rear leg is up. It's pulled up, so it's no weight can possibly be put on it. so it can heal that section. Because actually, what happened was that the leg bone fell right out of the hip joint.
How old?
I'm not sure. I'm going to say he might be 8 years old, 8 or 9. I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could tie this dog's leg up because I know he couldn't walk on 3.
No, it's funny because we also have a cat that's got a leg missing, so she's already a tripod, we call him, and he's been limping around. That's why we took him to the vet today.
All right, half a dozen dogs and plus cats.
Yeah, 6 dogs and 2 cats.
And they're all indoors.
Well, they're all indoor. Yeah, they go out. The dogs all go out. I put them out, several times a day. But yeah, they stay in the house.
Yeah, indoor, outdoor. Okay, well, more power to you. It's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, but they're good. They give us a lot of enjoyment. They really do, and they're all just different personalities and how they behave, and it's quite amusing and aggravating sometimes.
It's funny. We go to rent. Inquire about renting a rental house down there on the beach in Bradenton, and we have to look for one that takes pets. And usually they limit them to 2 pets, no more than 50 pounds. So I always get in touch with the landlord. I said, "Hey, here's the deal." I said, "We got more than 2 pets," and she said, "Well, how many dogs do you have?" I said, "Well, that year we had 6." And she goes, "Oh, that is a lot of dogs. And what sizes are they?" And I went, "Okay, let's see. 150 and 100 and 100, that's 3. And 50 and 50, and then 10.
Man, you need to rent a kennel.
Oh. Well, we're down to 4 dogs in the family now. 2 of them had to go across the bridge. But no, my daughter-in-law is coming into town this weekend, I think, because she's off next week for spring break. And so, "Are you going to bring Harvey?" She goes, "I thought about it," and she's going to stay at her parents' house in Nolansville. And I said, "Well, you can leave Harvey here." She goes, "Oh yeah, I'll bring him then." And that's the biggest one. That's $1.50, I think.
Wow. Yeah, 150-pound dog, man. That's a lot of dog food.
I don't know how much they go through, but they had that one, and then they had the 100-pound lab, and yeah, that's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like us, we enjoy having the dogs, but the problem is my mother liked dogs and cats too, but as she got older and more unstable, she said, "I can't have pets anymore because I just can't have them underfoot."
That's how I feel about little ones. Little dogs, I'd stomp them. That's all there is to it. I need a big dog so I can see where he is. All right, Paul, I'll let you carry on with this mess. K1SPD.
All righty. I don't think it's a mess, but okay. No, it's a mess sometimes. That was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, and he is in Laverne. Anybody else? Okay, we're going to run down the list, and usually Scott falls into this list or after it, but he lost that opportunity. It is, we're looking for calling all dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater, kerchunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, those that approve of the moon landing, actually, they believe it, and also moon occupied by aliens, both those that are on the backside that are foreign nationals doing mining back there, and also the fact that the moon is actually, I'm told, is actually a satellite for aliens from other planets. Also flat earthers and those that deny the flat earth, scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, end-time survivalists, and the everlasting Bigfoot Believers Society. Who else? Anybody else? Very good. We had 18. It was a big night, a big Wednesday night. Yeah, 18. And we're moving right over to 446-415, so we'll see you there, unless I hear somebody scream. I'm surprised nobody's ever screamed. All right, we'll see you over there on 446-415. This is K4PW here on 446-415. Looking for check-ins from, we'll start again from the east. Please come in. Nobody from the east? Alrighty. Anybody from the north?
KD4GON.
KD4GON. Give me a come back to me again there, Danny. You sounded pretty good that time.
All right. KD4GON. Test 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's just got barely a hint of that staticky sound in it. How did I sound?
A lot better. What y'all were talking about, it's like you're off, just like a couple KC's off, you know, and it's like the frequency you're getting nasally, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. You sounded... I thought there was something wrong with your radio.
No, I only one I couldn't hear was Carlin and Lucas.
Oh, so you couldn't hear Carlin? Well, you don't always hear Carlin, do you?
No, I'm blocked by Carlin, you know, by the hills that's between me and him.
Yeah, no, I got you. I understand. I was pretty sure you sometimes did, and I guess it's sometimes surprising.
Right.
Well, very good. That was KD4GON, and that's Danny in Station Camp. Who else is north?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Yeah, very good. You sound good. Did you see well, you didn't see anything wrong with Danny's signal last time, did you, Greg?
No, you all were both about equal strength and no problem.
Yeah, very good. That's Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
WB0NOO. You sound good. That was Mark in northwest Wilson County. Who else is north?
KD4VW.
KD4VUW. That would be Carlin up in Angeltown, Bethpage with a good signal. Who else is north? I tell you, Eric's a busy boy recently. Doesn't get on the net every time. Who else is west then?
KG4ILV.
Yeah, very good. That's Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor Jack in Davidson County. Who else is west? How about south?
K1SPD.
Very good. We got Scott, K1SPD in Laverne. And he makes number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's usually, we usually get 8, but sometimes there's nothing usual about our nets. Is there any other stations from any place anywhere? Well, very good. Then I'm going over to 28415. We'll see you there. Very good. 28415. One thing I don't like about the 990, oh, that's the wrong one. The one thing I don't like about the 991 radio is that the VFO knob is right very close to everything, so even just a touch knocks you off frequency, and you get out of the memory mode. Anyway, this is K4PEW here on 28.415. Looking for check-ins from anywhere. All right, hold on. We had several in there. K1 SPD. Who else? Okay, Donnie with a decent signal. KD4GON. Who else? All right, very good. Yours actually has that staticky sound to me, Greg, just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. We had a recent geomagnetic storm. Maybe it's part of that.
I'm guessing that's it. It's a good guess. I mean, all we can do is speculate on that. That was Greg, KD4CVE in Hendersonville. Who else?
KG4ILV.
Yeah, KG4ILV. You sound good tonight, Jack, on 10 meters.
Everybody sounds good here tonight.
Yeah, no, it's got some good signals. Sometimes it's really bad, but tonight's really good. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? WB0NOO. That would be Mark in northwest Wilson County. Big signal. Who else? Actually, it's better than normal for you, Mark.
Oh, I'm just barely hearing you.
Really? Well, you're. Well, I'll come back. Let me look at the radio. Go ahead. Give me something there.
Hello, radio. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've got that noise that I had earlier is still here. I'm not looking at it on a spectrum scope now, but I'm sure it's there.
Hey, could those things, the problems you were having, could that have been the National Weather Service station?
I wouldn't think so.
Well, I didn't know. I don't know what all they do up there. I mean, they got the radar, and that's the only thing I think they use up there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here for over 20 years, and I've never been able to pin anything on them.
Well, if they had something strong, you definitely hear them.
Yeah, I would.
You can't hear the radar? Mark, you can't hear the radar when it spins around?
No.
Yeah, we had, I guess it might have been maybe because it's more powerful, I don't know, but we were, I'm trying to remember if it was on a repeater or it was on I don't remember now what it was where we heard it, but when we could tell when MacDill was Air Force Base in Tampa was in flight operations, and that was a good about 8 or 10 miles south of us. But man, you'd hear it every time that thing spun around. You'd hear that rare, rare.
Yeah, normally 10 meters is pretty quiet for me, but not tonight.
I got you. Well, very good. That's Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar, and that's Mark in Northwest Wilson. Anybody else?
What was that town?
Which town?
Of the radar.
That was in MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa.
Can you do it again?
I don't think I can duplicate it, but it was rare. That's what it sounds like. Rare.
There we go, thank you.
Yeah. But we could hear it. It would come through. Just their radar pulses would come straight through our antennas. Anyway, anybody else? All righty, we had 6 here on 10 meters. We're moving right over to 223-415. Appreciate everybody being there. K4PW. Now, Hayes, are you in there?
Yeah, you didn't give me enough time. You're in a hurry to get to those other bands.
On which band? You're on at 10 meters at the moment.
Right on. I'm here, man. This is Hayes, NAWC. That's the last one that I can go to.
Okay, very good. Glad to have you in there. There was Hayes, November 8, November Hotel Tango. Hope you can make the breakfast.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry thinking about it.
All right, sounds good. That was Hayes in Hendersonville, November 8, November Hotel Tango. All righty, going over to 223-415. See, I'm in no rush, although that's where I'm going. K4PW. All right, good night, YouTube. Well, at least for the net.